right. All right, my name is Jen Farino. I am a Young Living Gold leader, and I am so excited to be here tonight because we have a very, very important topic, which is the Confident Mom's Toolbox. And what we mean by that is that when I am parenting my kids, I'm looking for plan A. And plan A for me is not calling the doctor, plan A. Like sometimes you just don't have time to call the doctor, right? You're going for what you as a mom, your instincts know, and what you are deciding best for your children. Plan B is to call the doctor. If I can't do it, right? There's been times where it's not in my wheelhouse, right? But so we call the doctor. We turn to things that we need. You know, we've gone to the emergency room for different things and stuff, and that happens, right? I don't want to imply that you shouldn't do that, but as a mom, and I am the first line of defense when my kids need help, right? So I need to be confident in my choices and what I'm doing as a mom. And that's what this call is for, is to help you care for your children and feel confident in that. And I like to talk about really quickly about your maternal instinct or your paternal instinct, because that is such an important tool. And I want to explain that instinct is like a muscle. And the more you practice at it, the better it will become. You will be stronger at knowing what to do for your children and how to, like, I remember leaving the hospital with my first baby being like, I wish I had a manual for this baby, right? But even if they did give me a manual, my instincts as a mother, my God-given gift to be a mother is really something that can't be written in a book. And it's not something that I can teach on this call. And it's not something that you can, learn overnight, but it's something that you can practice and get better at it. And once you tap into that, that's just like so powerful. So I just want to encourage all of you that you have so much special magical powers within you that you can tap into. And we're here tonight to give you some extra tools for that toolbox that will just, give you the confidence to move forward. So I am so excited to be here teaching with Marlisa and Caitlin. Vanessa will be on soon. And we're just going to collaborate. If you have stories to share in too, please unmute yourself and tell us what has worked for you, because we're not gurus. We're just ladies hanging out. And we're going to be sharing what has worked for us, why it's worked for us, different tips on that. So let me go ahead and share my screen. Marlise or Caitlin, do you have anything to add to that?
Nope, you said it beautifully.
Okay.
You did.
All right, so let's move on. Now, what I said earlier about just really getting back to the basics, this is a list right here. I'm just gonna make it a little bigger. I don't think I can make it bigger. Let's see. Of really, oh, now it's gonna, okay, there we go. Of really the basics, right? Eat raw fruits and green vegetables, play outside, get enough sleep, limit the sugars that your kids have. I love that labels now have how much sugar is in something and how much additional sugar is added to it. So sometimes there's sugars in berries. Let me see, I have a snack here. Let me see if it says it. Yeah, it says, I don't know if you guys know this. This has been something that's kind of new to labeling. But I don't know if you can see this, but this is one of these things from Costco. I just happen to have it here for a snack. And it says the total sugar is 5 grams. That's probably backwards, right? And then that includes 5 grams of added sugar. So that means that the sugar in here is all added sugar. It's not naturally found in the ingredients that were in here. So they added the sugar to it. It's like churro flavored chips. but so there's sugar in it. I think it's coconut sugar, but so it's really neat to be able to have that bright breakdown that you can look at the sugars and the added sugars. And, you know, if a berry has sugar in it, I'm not too concerned. I'm more concerned about the sugar that was added to whatever product I'm eating. So let's go back to that. Okay, so limit sugar, increase water intake. I'm not sure if you guys know about the electrolytes that Young Living has, their vitality drops that are electrolytes, but they're great. My kids love the lavender lemonade electrolytes, and it tastes amazing. It helps increase their water. And also getting quality vitamins. Hopefully they're coming from your food, but if your kids are not eating a wholesome diet, you want to make sure your vitamins are, and minerals and probiotics and prebiotics are all of good quality. So really quick, because we all love Young Living here, we're going to talk about why we choose Young Living. And that is, that's really because of their transparency. For me, that's a big deal. Their transparency is really like everything to me. I wish our food industry was as transparent as Young Living is. I can go to the farms. I can go to any Young Living farm or partner farm. I can go talk to the scientists in the labs in Utah. I can go, I mean, you can just talk to the farmers on the farm. It's so transparent. And Young Living does everything from the time the seed is planted into the ground to the time that seal is put on the bottle. They're monitoring everything. So that's a guarantee. They're not outsourcing things. If we do have a partner farm, our Young Living workers are there on that farm, checking and making sure that this is something that Young Living stands by. So our quality is really our biggest foundation, because you know that the integrity with the company is something that I've been so proud to be able to lock arms with. So the plant material that is grown on our corporately owned farms are carefully vetted for, are grown on our farms or are carefully vetted partner farms, sustainable farming. So when you go to the farm in Utah, you can see that there is a closed loop circuit with our water system. So no water is being wasted in our distillation process, so that the steam that takes the oils out of our plants are then put back into a reservoir. It's condensed into water and put into a reservoir, and then we use that reservoir to water our plants, which is so cool. And there's 0 pesticides. Everything is hand weeded. The oils that retain all their natural constituents and therapeutic properties. So what this means is when our oils are distilled, it's not at high temperatures, because most oils are distilled at high temperatures and at fast rates, high pressure, because that gives the most bang for the buck for an essential oil company, right? But Young Living knows if it's done slow and low, then those therapeutic properties are maintained and nothing is destroyed. So there's very specific times of days that the harvest needs to happen, or maybe a plant material has to sit out in the sun before it can be distilled. There's so many specifications to producing the quality oil that you deserve from Young Living. So now I look at my bottle and I used to think like, wow, this little bottle was, I don't know, lemon oil is what, like 12 bucks. And now I'm like, it's only $12 after all that goes through with this. It's just incredible. So this just goes into all the internal labs and third-party facilities that do all the testing on your oils from Young Living. And it just is just an incredible process and purity standards that you are guaranteed the best quality oils from Young Living. So any other oil that you see is to me, it's fake. It's not of the quality that God designed when that plant was created. So it's really important that we are getting a good quality oil because of safety. And we'll talk more about safety in a bit. So using essential oils with kids, we do want to talk about safety. So a couple things is we want to dilute. So what I like to say, so here it says, when in doubt, dilute. It's never too late to dilute. So we aren't diluting really for safety, we're diluting more for comfort. We want to make sure that that oil is comfortable on that child. We don't want that child to be scared or feel minty or too spicy. We want that child to feel comfortable. So if it's on the skin and it's feeling itchy or uncomfortable, it's never too late to dilute. So you can dilute it. And a lot of people will ask me, how much oil do I use to dilute? And when I talk about diluting, I'm talking about mixing your essential oil with a carrier oil like olive oil or coconut oil or Young Living's B6 oil. And it makes it so, it's more comfortable on the skin. But I don't measure it. I just put some carrier oil in my hand. I put some drops of oil in it, mix it around, and I slather it on my kids, on their feet, or their spine or their chest, depending on what's happening. And if they tell me it's uncomfortable, we go get more carrier oil, right? Because I could give you a recipe of 1 teaspoon of carrier oil to 10 drops of essential oil and put it in your hands and mix it up. But do you really have time to measure that? No, right? And first of all, it's not practical. And second of all, it's not a sure thing because your child might be more sensitive than my child, or maybe my child was okay with that dilution earlier, but now they just came out of a bath and they need some digize on their belly and their pores are open. So they're more sensitive to that digize than they were 2 hours ago. So you kind of have to have some common sense. Like I talked in the beginning of this call about maternal instinct, tap into that when it comes to dilution, but also be comfortable to know that it's never too late to dilute. You can always dilute your oils. And you can always, just make it comfortable for your child. So never use water, always use a carrier oil. Water and oil don't mix. So water will actually drive it in deeper. So use your carrier oil. If you put an oil on their skin and they're crying and they're uncomfortable and you can't find a carrier oil, go in the refrigerator and get butter. Don't use water. So be careful of using hot oils. This is like cinnamon, Thieves, lemongrass, oregano, even peppermint can feel spicy on the skin. Over here in this line has a list of them for you to look.
Jen, can I add something on the hot oils?
Yeah.
So I will say, because I do Raindrop often on my children, and Raindrop Therapy, if you're not familiar with it, is pretty much all the hot oils you can think of. And they are dropped along the spine as well as placed on the feet. I will say, if you need or want to use a hot oil, the way you would want to use it is the least sensitive spots would be especially on the bottoms of your feet. Everyone on the call can chime in, but I've never had anyone feel something on the bottom of their feet if it's a hot oil. Spine would be the next place, but at the upper can be, you can dilute. But I would say if you have to choose and you rather use a hot oil, put it on their feet, just make sure no one's touching it on their hands, and then you're going to touch your eyes.
Yes. And if you get the hot oil in your eye, you are officially christened into, no, I'm kidding. What was I going to say about that also? Oh, when it comes to babies, it's a different ball game. Always dilute with your babies. Their skin is just too fragile. What I like to tell moms when they're trying to decide if the oil is comfortable for their baby, and the baby can't talk, baby can't say this is uncomfortable, right? So what my suggestion is for mom is to dilute that oil for the baby. But before putting it on, like Marlisa said, the baby's feet is a good spot, or the spine. Before putting it on the baby's skin, take a little bit of that oil, take a little dab and put it on a sensitive part of your body. So I like to do the upper, my cheekbone area. And if I am comfortable with it there, then my baby's going to feel comfortable with it on their feet, right? And you can kind of use this part of your body because you can even feel like the vapor of the essential oil on your cheekbone. You can kind of like feel it in your eye if it's too strong too. So if it's comfortable here, then I know I can put it on baby's chest and it won't, the aroma won't affect their sensitive parts of their face. So that's my tip, is put it on a really sensitive part of your skin. Maybe you don't want to do cheekbone, maybe you want to do your tongue. If it's comfortable on your tongue, it's going to be comfortable on baby's feet, right? So things like that is, you know, you want to kind of tap into you testing it on yourself first and then doing it for the baby. Also with diffusing, which is what's next on this, is when it comes to diffusing for a baby, just do 1 drop in the diffuser. Like if it's a new baby, do 1 drop. Now, I'll tell you, 1 drop will not come out of your bottle. 2 drops will come out of your bottle when you're aiming for 1 drop. But aim for 1 drop, and then if 2 drops come out, that's fine. If 3 drops come out, that's fine. But start slow. So start slow and diffusing, just a few drops around your kids in your diffuser, and you know, you'll work up from that. Believe me, we have diffusers in all our rooms. The kids know how to set them up at this point, and you'll definitely be using your diffuser more than 1 or 2 drops in it. But if you have especially a newborn, start slow. It doesn't hurt to start slow. But that's what I would recommend. So people tell me, like, what oils do I avoid for kids? I never avoided any oils. I avoided 1 oil during my pregnancy, and that was clary sage. But I used oils before my pregnancy, and all those oils I felt comfortable using through my pregnancy, during my delivery, with my babies. And you know, just start slow, go slow, and then, you know, you can add more, but I never avoided any oil. Was I muted? Was I muted?
Yeah, for
Yeah.
a second.
Oh, that's weird. Okay. Did you hear me talk about diluting, going slow with the diffuser?
Yes.
Okay. That was weird. Well, thanks for asking me.
Yeah, you were only muted. You were muted for like 3 seconds.
Oh, okay, good. That was weird.
Yeah.
I don't know why that happened. Okay, so let's move on. Okay, and this is really important. Do not let the rules with essential oils overwhelm you. I mean, there are a lot of rules out there when you Google essential oil safety, and Young Living is very different. We are the French model of aromatherapy, not the English model of aromatherapy, which is most of the rules are directed towards the English model of aromatherapy. So feel comfortable that when you're using Young Living oils, you can use them on and around your kids, you know, and use your maternal instinct. Like I said, go back to that. If you want to ask your doctor, you can ask your doctor, but I doubt they will know how to use essential oils. So my best bet is, when you're doing your research the French model of aromatherapy, which is much different than the English model, and going back to just using your maternal instincts, right? Don't take my word for it or anyone on this call. Like, we want you to make the best choices for your kids. Okay, so the importance of daily routines and consistency. So, you know, kids love to be consistent, right? So we want to be able to have our oils out and about for them to see them. Do not keep your oils in a box, in a nice, tidy, cute floral box in your closet. Put them around your house. I always taught my kids how to reach for them when, you know, if something went wrong or they needed help with something. So my kids, not only have I been confident in my use in my toolbox as a mom, but I've been able to pass that legacy on to my kids as well. And they can feel empowered in their health and making the right choices for themselves and tapping into their instincts. Keep your oils labeled. I always have it's not on this one, but sometimes I'll get the Young Living Cells bottle top labels on for the tops, so they're easy to find. Sometimes I'll just kind of get ghetto and get a Sharpie marker and write it on the top of my caps. But, you know, make it organized so you can find it. There's one oil that we use for emergencies, and that's Helichrysum, and I have that oil in a very special spot, and you know, that's one that we want to grab really quickly if something was to happen. You can look up the uses of Helichrysum. Someone wants to write Helichrysum in the chat for spelling, but that is a really, really important oil, and it has saved us many times. And I always know where that one is. It's always on the mantle. Okay, so lots of good tips for keeping a routine. And if you want to text me after this call, I can send you this link to this this class so you can have the visuals too. Oh, pairing your oils with daily activities. So that's also really helpful. So you put an oil next to your toothbrush, or you put an oil next to the hand soap, or better yet, you use Thieves hand soap. So when you're washing your hands, you're getting the benefit of Thieves as well. Or you're using Thieves toothpaste, so you're brushing your teeth and getting some Thieves in there to support your immune system. Your lotion, right? You're using hand lotion and you're getting that smell of lavender to relax you. So there's many ways that we can use our oil with something, you know, pair it up, or you can just skip the step of using the oil if it's in the product that you're already using, like your shampoo or your, you know, toothpaste, things like that. So, all right. A happy and healthy home. Does anyone, Marlisa or Caitlin, do you want to talk about this? Ditching and switching.
Sure. Or Marlisa, you just unmuted at the same time as me. You can go.
I was gonna say, I know you use a lot of the Kidsense products, so go ahead. You could do this one.
Yeah. So a lot of the Kidsense products can replace a lot of the things that we use for our kids. So I know that, can you scroll down a little bit, Jen?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sorry. So yeah, so all of the products that you can buy at the store do have all of those ingredients in them that are not good for people in general, let alone our littles that are in our homes. I'm not even going to try to pronounce them again because I just can't. Marlisa, you're so much better at pronouncing that word.
I saw that and I was like, oh, phthalates.
Yeah.
I literally have Marlisa send me a speech text on how to pronounce that word.
But even fragrance, which people think fragrance is a natural thing, right?
Yes, yeah. And fragrance can include a whole bunch of different things that they don't even need to write on the back of the label as to what's in there. So I do think too that it says it right there that it's considered a trade secret, right? So it's the companies are not required to disclose what it is that's in what they deem as fragrance. So that's definitely very scary. So we don't need to take the risk of, you know, is it something good? Is it something bad? Is it only a little bit bad? We just know that we can switch to Young Living and we wouldn't have to worry about any of those things, which is such a huge burden taken off of motherhood or parenthood in general. I mean, we try so hard to protect our kids from everything that we're not thinking about what it is that we're putting on them. So that's definitely good. So Thieves household cleaner is one of the first things that I switched over after I had my son. It is the greatest thing, especially if you have a little one that likes helping you clean. My son loves helping me clean, so he has his own little spray bottle with Thieves, and he'll go around and spray the, you know, whatever he wants to spray really, but I'm not worried about it. He can walk through it. You
can even do that with Windex.
I know, like you can't spray your wall with Windex, right? Yeah, so he'll go around and spray. He has actually sprayed himself in the face a few times, and he just kind of like giggles. Right. And he just kind of is like, oh, ha ha ha, and like we'll wipe it off, and like it doesn't hurt, it doesn't, nothing burns, it doesn't, smell bad, it smells incredible. So we know that
spray
it
each
is
other with it. They have like spray wars, and I was like, sure, go ahead. Sure.
Yep. Yeah, yeah. Because
Inhale
I was just about to
immunity
say
while
it's
you're.
infused. Yeah, it's infused with the thieves oil, so you're breathing it all in, and it's just wonderful. Go ahead. Yep.
Yeah.
So that's definitely a big one to switch over. And it's super concentrated, 1 capful per spray bottle, so it lasts forever. And yeah, you can spray all the surfaces, lunch boxes, backpacks, masks, coats, gloves, anything. And Thieves also comes in these wipes that you can put in their backpack. They can wipe down their desk when they get to school, or the bus seat, or anything that they feel like they need to use Thieves with. So that's definitely something that's helpful as well. The Thieves laundry soap we absolutely love. Before I switched to Young Living, I had no idea that laundry soap was so dangerous. And then when I read up about it, it was like mind-boggling to me how somebody could have that in their house when it has so many chemicals in it. So Thieves laundry soap is something that is a must-have as well, especially with little kids' skin. I mean, it's so sensitive. A lot of kids have a lot of eczema issues, or like just like sensitivities to a lot of different things. And I feel like when you switch to Thieves laundry soap, it doesn't, like, why would you wash your clothes in something that then touches your skin all day long?
Well, and then
you're worried.
If you're washing the masks, like that's a problem if you're breathing in all those synthetic chemicals.
Right. Yeah. So Thieves laundry soap is it's just the way to go. It's amazing. It's incredible.
Do you want to tell us a little bit? We kind of skipped over what Thieves is. Like, why would someone use Thieves essential oil blend?
Oh yeah, like the backstory of it?
Yeah, well, I mean, what does it do for us? Does it is it good for cuts? Is it good for, like, what is it good for?
Immune support.
Oh. Yeah, Marlisa.
Yeah. So it's awesome for immune support. That's why we all love Thieves so much. There's a whole line that that is all infused with Thieves. It started out with essential oil, and because it's so great for immune support, that there is a hand sanitizer, there's the Thieves household cleaner, there's the laundry soap, there are wipes. What else? Obviously the Thieves essential oil.
The mouthwash. I use the mouthwash in spray bottles, and I put it like little tiny spray bottles, and I make like a throat spray with it, which is awesome.
Yep.
Yeah.
I just used that yesterday.
Yep. I actually have it.
The toothpaste is incredible.
And I hate waking up with that like morning breath. And it's the first thing I grab every morning. I grab Thieves mouthwash spray and I spray my throat because I just can't stand it. Like morning yuckiness.
My 3-year-old lets me put the throat spray if he ever starts to feel sick or has a cough. He doesn't like it, but he does it because he knows it helps him.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And if your kids are sensitive, my kids are not. They love the throat spray, the mouthwash spray that we make for the throat. But if your kids are sensitive, dilute it with water. You can even stretch it. Or if you need more immune support for the throat area, you can add more Thieves essential oil to it. So really great tips. I love Thieves. It's great. Vanessa, do you want to talk about the kids line since we'll be raffling? We didn't talk about the raffles tonight. And we have the kids oils.
Yeah, I'd love to.
Yeah.
So
I have that.
No, you were good. Just go up a little bit.
Was I?
the kid, I'll wait till you scroll.
Go ahead.
So for anybody who's not familiar, Young Living has a whole line called Kidsense, and I have 3 here just as examples. And they are pre-diluted, ready to go oils for our kids. So there is, I might miss some, but there's Owie, which is a blend of oils which has Helichrysum in it. I think Jen was talking about that one earlier. I saw it in the chat a little bit. So this is awesome for, I mean, the name for owies. So I keep this in a few different places around my house, but it's also always in my park bag. I have 2 active boys who skinned knees at the park is just like a given at this point. So I actually, and I'll run and grab it in a second, but I actually take this top off and I put a spray top on my owie, because sometimes owies don't really want to be touched, right? If they're sensitive or they're feeling, or it's really fresh. So I put a spray bottle top right on this, keep it in my park bag, and then I can either spray a Band-Aid if they're feeling extra sensitive and don't want me to touch or spray their skin, or I can spray their skin directly. I used it for like a splinter the other day. I use it for scrapes at the park, bruised knees. Always awesome for if your kid falls onto a coffee table and gets like an egg on the side of their head because of the Helichrysum and the other soothing oils. It's really great for bumps and bruises, cuts, scrapes, little owies and big owies. Again, this whole line is pre-diluted. So if you have an oily baby who's kind of grown up oils, you don't have to dilute more. If you want to, or you're using on an infant, you can dilute more for, you know, for safety. Or you can always do it on the bottom of their feet, some of the other oils, which is, you know, a great area for babies. One of the others is Sniffles. They're basically named perfectly just for, you know, exactly what they are. So Sniffles, Jen has it up right now. It's perfect for little lungs. So Sniffles can be made, you know, on as a chest rub. In the picture here, they put a roller filament right on the top of it. That's perfect for Sniffles as like a little chest rub.
The roller fitments from Young Living are so awesome. I don't think you guys realize the engineering that went into this bottle top. It actually has a little reservoir. So when you apply it, you don't have to like hold the bottle upside down. You can actually hold it upright and the oil will still roll out of it, which is a really cool feature. But it's also designed with stainless steel, like high quality, so it's not degraded by the oil too.
Yeah, it's awesome. You can roll it on from any angle, the way it sits in the thing. I just grabbed, while Jen was sharing that, my owie bottle. So you can see I just put the spray top right on. I think Marlisa maybe put a link in the chat, but it makes it awesome. Now these oils, even though pre-diluted and have a carrier, they can be put either topically or in your diffuser. So Sniffles is a great one for your diffuser also. You know, for overnight, if your little one needs some breathing support. And then I don't know what you're going to scroll down to next. I like the roller tops. One of my tips that I wanted to share, when I get a bottle of something that maybe I want like a roller top on and to use in my diffuser, I save my empties. I'm like a little bit of a hoarder and I save all of my empty bottles. You can always take the top right off and pour half an oil into an empty bottle, pop a roller top on it and keep that as your roller, and then keep the other half for, you know, for diffusing. If you're not yet at a point where you have stock and you keep like 2 of each one, it's a great, you know, way to make that first bottle last a little bit longer and see what you're going to love and how you're going to love using it. Tummy Dries is like this Kidsense version of Dries. So it is formulated to help tummies when either kids are having trouble going or going too much, or
it smells more pleasant than Dries too, right?
Oh my gosh, it smells 4,000 times more pleasant than Dries. So if you really can't handle the smell of Dries, Tummy Dries, even for adults, is a great substitution. Now that is one that I would not diffuse. So Tummy Dries, you can pop that roller top right on the bottle when you get it, because you're really only going to use it topically. You're not going to use that one in the diffuser.
Mm-hmm. And adults can use these too, guys.
Oh, yes.
Can I
adult.
say something about tummy jies?
Yeah.
My daughter has had a lot of tummy issues, just the array of it or whatever. So tummy
Yeah,
jies is something that we do not go.
How old is your daughter now?
She'll be 5 months in 3 days.
Aw.
Yeah, so we use tummy jies all the time. Like, we don't leave the house without it because it could hit like at any point in time. And I can't tell you how many times people have picked her up and said that she smells like candy.
Oh.
And that is what they're smelling, the tummy jies. And I'm like, I never thought it would have smelled like candy. I know it smells more pleasant than dye jies, but I never really thought about candy. But I guess when somebody who doesn't know the smell would go to pick her up, I'm like, oh, what smells like candy? And then I realized that that's the only thing that I put on her recently.
Yeah.
And yeah, so it smells much better.
Do you dilute the tummy jies for your 5-month-old, or it's just used right out of the bottle?
I actually just use it right out of the bottle.
Okay, so no dilution for your 5-month-old. Sorry, I think it's a 5-year-old.
Not for my 5-month-old. I diluted it when she was like a month old.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Like, I would put it, like, I would roll it in my hand. Like, I diluted it with my own skin. I would roll it in my hand, rub my hands together, and then rub her belly.
Yep. Makes sense. Cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, sleepy eyes. This is one that I really love myself. I use sleepy eyes often with cedarwood in my own room. So again, the Kidsense, the name speaks for itself. This is a great relaxing and sleepy bedtime oil. This one, Katie, I think, had posted not too long ago, or maybe it was because Dallas isn't really a baby anymore. A great hack where she put sleepy eyes. Huh?
These kids grow up so fast.
It's so fast. Dallas is still a baby in my mind. I'm sure yours too, Katie. But she had posted a hack where she put just sleepy eyes like on the button of pajamas so that, you know, it's close to them. You can make a spray out of it and spray their pillow. This is another one that's great for the diffuser. Sleepy eyes. I don't want to pull this label off for all the ingredients because it's a
I have it here. Lavender, geranium, Roman chamomile, tangerine, bergamot, sacred frank, valerian, and ruta.
Yeah, so right there, look at that lineup. Like, that's why I love it myself. Lavender, Roman chamomile, geranium, like those. Bergamot's my favorite, but that's an amazing lineup. So this is great. You can combine it or use it by itself, again, topically or in the diffuser. This is such a great oil. And if you see all the pictures that Jen's sharing too, that's Snowy the Owl, the diffuser, which we have several of them in my house. It's amazing. I got to see it when they had first launched it at the convention a few years ago. They had told us they put this owl through the ringer. Like, they threw it across the room. They dropped it a million times. Like, this is made for kids. They really did a lot of research about how it would not break for children. But I really love it. My kids love it because it's not only a diffuser, it acts very similarly to the Desert Mist, where it has 3 functions. You can do full diffusing, light diffusing, and then intermittent. But then it has his belly. Oh, I just pointed to it on my screen, like you could see me. His belly there with the feathers under his nose is a nightlight. So that part glows in red, orange, yellow, green, or it can circulate through the rainbow. And then it's also a sound machine. It has 5 different sounds that you can choose from. It has like the white noise, it has some birds, it has an ocean, it has
really nice sounds.
Oh my gosh, really nice sounds.
It's not like an annoying recording. It's a really nice sound quality.
It's a really nice sound. I actually had hijacked, I bought it for my son when it came out. I hijacked it for years. I just bought a separate one. I like a sound machine when I sleep, so it's perfect.
And then finally we have
Genius. So Genius is a blend that probably every mom during pandemia needed to homeschool their children, and moms who still homeschool I know many moms, one of my good friends who's in this group, her son keeps a Genius roller in his backpack and keeps it on his desk at school. This is a great oil that is developed for focus and concentration. I personally don't love the smell of Genius, but with a little citrus, like grapefruit and Genius, smells really great. But top of your head, back of your neck, diffusing, wrists, this is a great oil to help. And again, don't forget these can be used for adults too. So if you don't love like energy or motivation or anything like that, try Genius and see, you know, what your thoughts are.
And there's some really heavy hitter oils in this one.
Wow, look at that list.
Yeah. Sacred
Frank, Blue Cypress, Cedarwood, Idaho Blue Spruce, Palo Santo, Melissa, Northern Lights, Bergamot. Oh my gosh, that list just goes on and on and on.
Sandalwood, myrrh, like these are roses in there. Like,
wow.
This, like, if you were to make this oil, like if you bought all these oils and like blended it yourself, which is like, it would cost you probably over $600.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Yep. Mm-hmm.
So
yeah,
I'm sure, I don't know, what is Genius? I forget. It's probably less than 50.
Oh yeah, I could look it up, but they're all very reasonable. They all also come in a kit. You can buy them in a little kit with Snowy or a little pack. And we can't forget, so Kid Power is the latest of the Kidsense line to come out. A lot of people call this like the unicorn oil, or it
smells like a creamsicle to me.
I was just gonna say, it smells like a creamsicle. The base of Kid Power is Valor, and then they have added orange and vanilla, I believe. Is it vanilla, orange and vanilla?
Yep. Orange and vanilla.
So it has a lot of similar qualities of the Valor. It's used for Kid Power, so confidence, courage. I think it smells amazing. I diffuse it often in our home. I think it smells really good. It definitely smells like a creamsicle. Jen is right. So all of these oils come in the 5 milliliter bottle. Kid Power is a 15 milliliter, not a 5 milliliter, I think is the only way you can get Kid Power.
Yeah.
And then the 5 also come
like at a great price point
in roll-ons. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the roll-ons are super convenient, but just know that if you have the roll-ons, you're gonna have it'll be annoying to put it in your diffuser, but they're convenient roll-ons.
Yeah, they're convenient. They're beautiful.
They're refillable too. You can refill them.
Yeah,
they're refillable. I personally,
I mean, if you were a kid, don't you want to like just use them? They look like markers.
Yes, they're beautiful. Mm-hmm. Yep. I personally get the bottles and then put half of it in with a roller top on and half of it leave for the diffuser, especially the ones that I diffuse more often. Oh, there's Dallas. See, she's not a baby. But you can still use the sleepy eyes hack, even if your kids are, look at that cute face. You can still put it on their clothing when they're sleeping or on their pillowcases and all of that, no matter what age they are. Like I'm telling you, I put Owie on myself often. I use sleepy eyes in my diffuser often. So yes, they are developed for kids, and vice versa. Like my son's absolute favorite is orange. That's not in the kids line, but it's his favorite. So the great thing about the oils is that they're all so universal and can be used, you know, on our children or on ourselves. Mm-hmm. We have 3 oils to give away.
Ooh. Can you tell us more about that?
We thought, so because it's the, you know, parenting class, I have a Sniffles here, I have an Owie here, and I have a Sleepy Eyes here. So today I posted, so there's going to be 3. So there's 3 different chances to win. One random person on this call is going to get one of these oils, and I will do a little wheel in a minute here. One person is going to get one of them for posting on a post that I made in the group this morning, for commenting on the post about using the oils and attending. And then a third one. So this is going to be off the call, but I want everybody to listen to this. One of these 3 oils is going to go to somebody that posts their own testimony, how they love oils for parenting, what they use, what they have found to be a productive and helpful and supportive either hack or testimony. I think it's really powerful when we can all share what works for us, right? And we often talk about, like, you might see a friend post the favorite book that they're reading, or the jeans that they bought off Amazon that fit so beautifully, or whatever it is. So we should also be sharing the mom hacks that we've all learned and that we all love, and what works for us, because we all need to stick together with these amazing hacks and what works, and how powerful these bottles.
I talked earlier about tapping into your maternal instinct and then passing on that legacy to your kids and having them comfortable with their feeling empowered of their health. And we want that to ignite. And the best place to do that is through social media. So we want to ignite that fire that you have of making wellness choices for your family, and pass that on to other moms, because it's such a powerful legacy that we can leave.
Yes. Yep. So the third bottle is going to go to a winner who at some point tonight or tomorrow posts on social media a testimony to one of the oils that they love so much that they're using with their family. And it could be a pet, it could be your human child, it could be yourself when you're having a tough parenting day. I had posted today that Tranquil is like my lifesaver when I'm having tough mom moments, and parenting is tough, right? So post a testimony. I would love to see it posted in Plus Oils, and you could tag whoever, you know, is on this call, or you could tag whoever invited you to this call, or whoever helped have you join, both on your personal and Plus Oils. And whoever does that will be entered in to win one of these bottles, the Sleepy Eyes, the Owie, or the Snifflies.
That's awesome, Vanessa.
So I am going to put everybody's name on the wheel to spin for one of the random ones, but I also, Kathy is on this call. Kathy, I'm not even going to attempt your name. Kathy, I love you, and I love everything about you. I'm not going to attempt your last name.
3 letters at a time. It's okay.
Lipniscus.
Yeah, you got it.
Lipniscus. Kathy. Kathy is going to win one of them because she posted on the Plus Oils post today about loving. Well, do you want to share, Kathy, what you had posted about what your mom hacks are? What do you love with your
Sorry, I
beautiful?
was the camera off because like my makeup's running. I'm just tired. I don't know. I've been using Young Living oils since my daughter was, I don't know, maybe like a year old, and now she's 6, and now I have 2 babes. And the oil that I go to the most is Owie. You mentioned it, right? For various reasons. It's got tea tree oil, Helichrysum. It's great. I love that hack. I gotta get one of those spray pump things. But these days, especially, you know, with all the hand sanitizing going on at school and stuff, my daughter's skin gets really dry. So we use the rose ointment a lot. She has it in her backpack. We have one at home. I just buy it. They're so small and compact. It fits really nicely in a purse.
It's the rose ointment, you said? The rose ointment?
Yeah, rose ointment.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I love that one. And then I'm not crazy about the smell of Digize, but we do use Tummy, and we talked about that here, Tummy Eyes. But the one that I really use a lot is Snifflies. We love that one. We put that one on my, like, even when I feel like I'm getting a little bit of something and I can't find my Thieves or something, or my immunity roller, I just grab the kids' Snifflies and I start rolling it as well. I really love it. It's got like 3 different types of eucalyptus oils, and it's just really really good. Whenever we don't have RC or Raven or something in the house, we just go to the Sniffles, and it's already diluted, so it just takes all that guesswork out of it. Like that's why I really like the Kidsense line, because I make my own little immunity rollers and things, but sometimes you run out of carrier oil or you're just busy like me, and I just like having it
The
you know,
convenience.
diluted. And now the Kidsense line also comes in rollers, like is it 10 ml rollers? I
Yep,
can't
yep.
remember, 10 or
You're
15, but
10, yeah.
they're nice too. So I just stock up on all that stuff because I ain't got no time these days to be mixing.
And Kathy,
So I try to keep it real.
how do you get your oils for free? Can you let the secret out? Do you get oils for free?
I love the subscribe and save. We're also Ninja Red is a staple. It's so good, and we stock up on those, especially in the summer months, because it's really good. For various reasons in the summer months, but because I subscribe and save, and I love that now it's like you don't have to. Before I used to be on Essential Rewards, so I used to order every month, and I'd have oils like coming out of the windows. Now I get my laundry detergent. I love the laundry detergent. I love the Ninja Red. I love the Thieves cleaners. So I just set up subscribe and save every two. I think I'm on like every other month or something, and I've got tons of points. So I save. So the trick here, ladies, is to buy the things that you use often, like detergent, hand soap, right? Those things in your subscribe and save. And then you use the points to get your oils, and then also your vitamins. Or, I like to buy my vitamins on subscribe and save as well, like Super C and vitamin D, because you don't pay taxes on those when you get them on subscribe and save. And then you could use the points for your oils and stuff. So
Kathy is
I'm
like the queen of the deals.
Oh yeah,
Good
if those who know
hack.
me, I like a good deal. I don't like to pay full price for anything, and if I could save on taxes somewhere, I will. So that's a good trick there. But yeah, I mean,
Kathy
I
has
love it
lots
all.
of shopping tricks up her sleeve.
Oh yeah, get the promos.
Yeah.
All right, but yeah, those are my favorite ones. Thanks, guys. I was just commenting today because I can't stress how. I mean, that's the reason I joined Young Living, because I became a mom and I was looking at like all the stuff in the kids detergent, like the draft and stuff. At first it smelled nice, but it was really strong, and my daughter started getting like a reaction. So we switched over to Thieves, and then it just kind of I've been loyal for years, so I love it.
Yep.
Awesome.
We got the same bug over here. We love it. We love Young Living. All right,
Well,
Vanessa.
thank you, Kathy. I'll put one of the spray tops in your package when I send
Love
it.
you. Thank you.
You're welcome. So I put everybody on a wheel that's on the call. Can you guys see that?
Sort of, but
All right.
we trust you.
Brittany is the winner of a second bottle, one of the other bottles.
Yay, Brittany.
So I will get those out at some point this week or next week. I will listen. I'm a mom. You all get it. I will get them in the mail. I promise to you. And I will put a little.
Kathy and Brittany and whoever wins tomorrow on the posting. Reach out to Vanessa. Give her your address.
Yes, please.
Doesn't have to hunt you down. And Vanessa, I'll pay for the shipping. I'll cover the shipping.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, Kathy, Brittany, I think, Kathy, you have my number. Brittany, I know we're friends on Facebook. So yeah, message me your addresses, please. And then don't forget, does anybody have any questions about the posting, how to enter? Because we have a third bottle. Don't make me open it. This is going to one of you. I will open it if no one claims it tomorrow. I'm just kidding. I won't, but one of you should claim it tomorrow. So
all right, well, this was so great. I'm so glad everyone took the time to be on this call tonight. I am going to post the recording so you can share it with your friends, and then they can watch it and do a posting tomorrow. Maybe they can win what oil are they going to win tomorrow, Vanessa?
So we have 3, Sleepy Eyes, Owie, and Sniffles. So okay. If Kathy and Brittany want to choose or have any preference, I'm okay with that.
One of those oils we'll go
one
for
of those oils. Yeah.
All right. And we will be meeting again in 2 weeks. That is April 19th. And we're going to talk about spring cleaning. So taxes are going to be done, guys. We're going to be past that point, and now it's off to cleaning our house and getting out from all the winter mess. So spring cleaning is up next, and we're going to talk about how to do that with all the plant power of Young Living. And we hope to inspire you to have a clean home. So please join us, plusoils.com/dive deeper, invite your friends, and we'll have a cleaning party right here on Zoom.
Right
right.
here on Zoom. Bye.
Good
Thank
night, everyone.
you.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, Dan.